Hi chess friends, welcome to this new video about World Chess Championship 2023 between Ding Liren and Ian Nepomniachtchi. This game is a game number 4. Nepo is up a full point with a wonderful victory with black pieces in the second game, and now Ding has to come back, has to win a game. In this game, Ding plays with white pieces, Nepo plays with the black pieces, and we can begin. C4 by Ding, knight f6 by Nepo, and knight c3. e5 and knight f3, attacking the attacking the e5 pawn. Knight c6 to defend the pawn, and now e3. We have bishop b4, and now queen c2. Bishop capture for c3, and here white has to decide how to take this bishop. You can do with the queen, not to ruin your pawn structure, or you can do with your b pawn, like Ding did it. B capture for c3, and now d6. e4, this pawn is defended by the white queen, and the idea of white is to push in the future d2 and d4, okay, to d2 to d4. We have a castle by black, and now bishop e2. Knight h5. The idea of this knight is to come on f4 and to create some damage, to control some square really important, like the e2 square or the g2 square, okay? So d4. In this way, Ding opens the center, and this bishop now is fully operational on this diagonal, and controls the f4 square. Knight f4, and Ding takes it. Bishop capture for f4, and e capture for f4. And this pawn is really important in this game because will be a target, a weak target for Ding. Okay, so remember about this pawn. We have a castle by white, and now queen f6 to defend this pawn better. We have a rook e1 by Ding, and now rook e8. Bishop d3. Now this queen and this light square bishop are fully operational on this diagonal. Can you see how pieces of Ding are so coordinated? Bishop g4 with the threat to capture and to create a bad pawn structure, and here we have knight d2. This bishop here prevents the development of this rook here on d1. That would be a very good square, but for now is not possible for this bishop. We have a knight a5 by Nepo. Here there was also another interesting idea. There was a possibility to push f3, but here white is better because white here can play g3, or can simply play h3, and after bishop capture for h3, you have not to capture this bishop, otherwise you run into a checkmate in 2 moves. After the king moves, for example, here queen g2 checkmate, easy checkmate. But after bishop capture for h3, white is better because follows knight capture for f3, and the position is better. Here black can do plays something like this, or can maybe come back with the bishop, but white can continue the game with rook e3, in the future rook e1. Really great game. Okay, so it's not a good move to play f3. So we have instead the knight a5 by Nepo. Another move recommended by the engine. You can play also b6, or knight a5 is really good move. And now I want to show you an interesting line at move 15 that was possible. queen a4. Queen a4 really strong move with a lot of activity. In this square the queen attacks the dark knight, attacks not the rook but controls put pressure on the rook and controls the c7 square. And the bishop can't come back here, can you see? Because if the bishop come back in the d7 square, this square is controlled by the queen, so it's not allowed this move. The idea in this way, after a move like b6 to defend this knight, follows something like f3, and bishop has to come back, but you realize that it has no square for the bishop. There is no square for the bishop because bishop can come here because this rook is hanging, okay, with a checkmate, easy checkmate. This bishop can't come here, like I said, bishop capture for d7. Everything is taken by the pawn. This square is taken by the pawn, this square by the pawn, and always by the pawn. The only squares that remain is this, and here white has so much activity with the knight b3, and after the knight capture, a capture for b3, you are attacking this pawn with two pieces, okay. In this a file there will be a possibility to triple with another rook. Really easy game, and black here can't push in this way because now d5 is winning because there is no square. Look at this for the light square bishop. If bishop come back, this square is controlled by the queen, so all the pawn and the queen, okay. And if bishop come here, queen can capture the rook. Bishop can here, like I said before. So here computer suggests to play this, but after you defend the bishop, you have no way to save your light square bishop, and this is completely winning for white. So here there is no possibility to play a5, and black here has to come back. Really difficult move to find, and white here has more activity. Not winning position, but better position, okay. So this was surely an interesting line for Ding, but he plays another brilliant move, c5. Brilliant sacrifice of pawn, because here Nepo capture, the best move recommended by the engine, and now e5, attacking the dark queen. Queen comes on h6, and now d5. And this was the idea behind this sacrifice of pawn of Ding, to create two pawn really strong on d5, on e5, that are ready to be pushed. We have rook d1, but rook d8 by Nepo, and now c4. And at move 18 we have a wonderful coordination of pieces of Ding, because look at this pawn, so good, so in the center, well coordinated, and you can see this queen and this bishop are fully operational on this diagonal. This knight here is well placed, he can jump on e4 in the future. The rook is really good here on e5. The only piece that has no square, has an active square, is a rook on a1. So here Ding has to think about this piece, about this rook here, to do something like rook b1 maybe, or to push f3 and then plays something like rook d1. Has to find a good square for this rook. However, Nepo plays b6. Okay, the idea of b6 is to come back with the knight in this way, because this knight here is blocked, can come here, but after b6 will be an idea to jump on b7, and in the future on d6, okay. And in this way block something like rook b1, because if you don't play this, you don't play b6, after rook b1 the b pawn will be a target, okay. So you have to defend, and this is a good move, b6, and now h3. Nepo comes back with the bishop h5, and always keep a control on the d1 square. We have bishop e4, really good moves. This move is recommended by the engine. And now this rook can't capture this pawn, because if you capture, there is a tactics. Bishop capture for h7, and now look at this. The rook is attacking other rook, because after the bishop move, there is an attack, okay, here. After black capture, obviously you have not to capture now because your queen is hanging, so before you capture with check, after the queen trade you can take the rook and win the game, because you have a better position, okay? So you can't do this, but so Nepo decided to play rook e7, okay, with an idea to double up. And now we have queen c3. Queen c3 is a good move, and before white, another move that was possibility is to play this move, queen c3, but here we have queen c3 then, and in this way he defends the e5 pawn. We have rook e8, like I said, and now bishop f3. Really good square for the bishop. The knight can jump here after this capture. Also the queen can jump here, can come here after this capture, and everything is good defended for white. We have knight b7 like Nepo. He want to activate his knight, and now rook e2. The idea is to take a square, to take the e1 square for the other rook, and Ding's activity will be super strong, okay? And now Nepo plays f6, and this is a really important moment of the game, because the idea of f6 is to take a square free for the knight. The knight won't jump on d6, won't jump on e5, and then to come on d4. Look at this knight path, really beautiful knight path, and the knight of Nepo will be really strong. So the point is here, black can come on d6 now. If come on d6, there is this capture. I know what you are thinking, because after he captured for d6, maybe you think this pawn is pinned, right? Because there is a rook here, double rook, but it's not it, because I show you why here white is completely winning. Because after rook capture for e2, we have bishop capture for e2, and white here is better, because if black can try to capture this bishop, look at this d7 pawn. This d7 pawn is a killer. If you try to cover in this way, you have this wonderful queen e1 with a threat of checkmate, with the threat to take this bishop. So you have to defend, to attack this pawn in this way, but you have a lot of winning moves. For example, something like this is completely winning, or you can win in style with this move. Here black has to cover and only then capture, okay? So this pawn is a killer. You have to take in this way, but it's also winning. You change the bishop and you up a full knight, can you see? So this move is not allowed for Nepo. Knight d6 would be a terrible blunder, but Nepo plays the best move recommended by the engine another time with an incredible precision, and here white has only way to continue this game, and Ding did it. So e5, e6, and now the square for the knight is free. So knight d6 of Nepo, what a wonderful game. And now rook e1 like prevented. Knight f5, and now bishop capture for h5 by Ding, queen capture for h5, and now rook e4. This rook here is so good, and this pawn, I told you in the first part of the game, now is an easy target. This move is a move 27, and for 27 move, the two players, Nepomniachtchi and Ding Liren, play like a supercomputer with all perfect move. What an incredible game, really beautiful. And now with this pawn attack after move 27, here black should simply play something like g5. G5 move is not easy move to play, because you can play in this moment, because queen capture for c3 is a threat. Okay, you can play now, but you can before play queen h6, and after, for example, queen come here, you play g5. Okay, and the game continues, for example, in g4, knight come here attacking the rook, the rook can come back, this pawn is well defended by the knight, so it's really draw position, still draw position for white and black. Okay, probably this game would be ended in a draw. Okay, the game can continue, but there is no way for nobody to win. Okay, because the position is so close. So the idea was to play this. After rook e4, Nepo plays queen h6, and now queen f3, like I said, to attack this pawn. And here we have no queen g5, but Nepo plays knight d4, and in this move, in this position, there is a winning move for white if you want to try to find it. Ding finds it, and he plays an incredible move. And look at this, the path of this knight to come here on d4. This knight seems so strong, and probably Nepo here was thinking about something of queen capture for f4. Okay, because here follows a change of queen, and after the rook can come here, there is this c6, and if you take, the knight come back, and black take, and black is winning here, his better position. Okay, because this pawn will be a target. You can't defend this pawn. Okay, black can take, so you have to, you can try to play something like this, but this is a blunder because you lost this pawn. So here white has to play something like knight f3, and after the change of knight is not important what happens, because we have c capture for d5, and here is a draw position, because we have rook d8, and you can push your pawn because would be hanging. You try to push with rook d3, but rook d6, really important move, block everything. And Nepo probably was waiting for this, and after played knight d4, he imaginated this position. But here we have a wonderful sacrifice for white that plays rook capture for d4, and this move is completely winning for the position, because you have to capture the rook, and what a move, c capture for d4, and now look at this pawn, are so bad, and now you have to find this move to continue the game in style. Knight b3. This knight is a monster, and now is a knight of Ding that is really strong, because this knight will capture the d pawn, will jump on c square with an attack for this pawn, with an attack for the rook, and with the threat to come on f5, a really monster knight. We have g5 by, in this position, if you are thinking something like rook e4 to take this pawn is not so good move, because after this black here could have some counter attack and draw position. Okay, is also good, this knight, but can't jump here. Can you see? Is low, is lower than before. So here you have to find this specific move. If you decide to sacrifice the rook for the knight, you have to find this specific continuation. So knight b3 is really beautiful. And now black is in trouble. Nepo was worried about this position because he didn't consider something like this. Can you see this rook, this pair of rook are completely blocked in an E file with this pawn so strong that block everything. Look at this pawn. This pawn structure is unstoppable. I told you when I want to come back to move 18 with when Ding pushed c3, c4. Look at this pawn structure, so strong. And now look at this, what becomes this pawn in the position. Can you see? Monster structure, okay. So we have g5 by Nepo. This time Nepo defends his pawn, but it's too late. We have knight capture for d4, queen g6, and now the path of knight again for white this time. After g4, we have the idea of g4 is simple. You want to bring the knight here. You can also try this, but it's not the most precise move in this position. White is still better. Okay, you play this, you can take this pawn. Black, if black do something like this, these two pass pawn are killers. So also a good move, but here you want to try to push f5 to come on f5 with the knight. So the idea is simple. You play this, and the next move will be knight f5. This time possible because this knight would be defended by the pawn. So here black has to capture. Nepo does it. F capture for f4. F capture for g3. Sorry. F capture for g3, and now h5 to try to block some pushing, but to try to block this push, but it doesn't matter because knight f5. This time the queen defends the knight, and this knight here in this square is really too strong, and the position of black is completely blocked. We have rook h7 to try to do something by Nepo, but here we have queen e4. If you want to try to do something like this to push, you can do nothing because knight comes here. Look at this check, and you lose your queen. Okay, so you blunder the game. If black tries something like this, it's still winning because there is always this move. Okay, so we have rook h7, and now queen e4, and now king h8. Nepo tries to defend his position, but both players know that white here is completely winning. And now e7. Nepo tried to think about the position. If you try something like this, white can close with h4, and you have to do something about it. If you play, for example, queen f7, or you can play queen g8 is the same. Queen f7 and queen g8 are the only moves you can play in this position, but are bad because after queen g8, for example, follows d6, and after this capture, because you can't allow another push of this pawn, there is not knight here because here white is completely losing. Okay, white here is losing. You can do nothing. You have to give your rook, your queen, and would be losing. You play this, and this knight here defends this pawn. This queen here is so strong. Will be there is a threat to capture this pawn. If black can capture, there is changement of pieces, and look at this. White is a full rook up. Okay, so black has to do something like this, but follow this sacrifice of knight. Black can never capture the knight. If he tries, there is this queen for e8, and after king moves, you have queen this, and double queen with a checkmate in few moves. So at this point, Nepo plays f7, but follows d6, and after the capture, he oblige c capture for d6, knight for d6, with a double attack to this rook, for this queen, and now we have queen g8, and knight capture for e8, queen capture for e8, and queen f6. Queen f6 is a position where really everything is completely winning. Every move is completely winning for white, and in this way, this pawn is a target. Black has to defend. Nepo plays king g7. The only way to defend, if you try something like this, there is this move rook d1, and how can you block this position? Okay, you play this, but it's everything is lost. So Nepo plays king g7, and now you have a nice movement of the rook. Before you play rook f1 to force rook h6 like happens, because you have to defend. Okay, there is a double attack, and there is no way to defend this point. You have to play rook h6, and only now you play rook d1 with an idea to bring the rook on a d file and to attack on the d8 or d6. Okay, for example, if you don't do this, you play instantly this. Black can try to play this, and the game continues. Okay, can you see? But it's also winning, is always winning for white. This move is more precise. Okay, rook f1, rook f6, h6, and now rook d1 and f5 by Nepo to attack this pawn. But here Dings plays queen e5 check, king f7, queen for f5 check, rook f6 to defend the king, but queen h7 check, and now queen g7. This queen here attacks the rook, and the idea is to give a check to take the rook for the next move. Okay, rook g7, rook g6, sorry, and queen f8. In this position, Nepo resigned. What an incredible game by Liren. A lot of moves were really precise by both players, like supercomputer, and in the end, after this magic path of the knight, I told you, knight, look at this knight a5, knight b7, knight d6, knight f5, and after this knight d4, there is a capture with a knight and a rook against two pair of rook, but a wonderful pawn structure by white and a completely blocked position. The pieces black are completely paralyzed. There is no activity for black. The pair of rook are so bad, and after this the coordination of the knight and the pawns are incredible. Okay, in this position, if you are thinking something like rook g8, seems you hold everything, but not, because follow rook d8, and now you lost a piece. You are threatening to capture the queen, you are threatening to capture the rook. Here black has to capture something, but look at this, and we have this endgame with the rook up for white. So I hope this video enjoy you, like always. Thank you very much. We will see what will happen in the game number 5. So remember to subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And thank you really much. See you soon. Bye.